who she had just moved to the city, and she found out what I did because she needed a dermatologist. And so she came to see me, and she saw my business that I had started in 2005. And what was really nice about it is that she didn't ever tell me what she did for quite some time as a profession. But gradually along the way, we started discussing kind of how I started my business. I was very lucky to have met an accountant who had also started some dermatology businesses, and I've had shared his information with other colleagues of mine to help start out their businesses, because you need some sort of financial platform and some financial guidance into how do you start a business and how do you get a loan and how do you do all of these things. And accountants are wonderful, and there's a place for them, and they're really great at figuring out how to save you money on taxes, and they're a very necessary integral part. And I still have the exact same person now for 15 years that I've used. But there's things that accountants don't tell you about running a business. So I went to medical school. I did not go and get my MBA. Like, I have a friend who has an MBA, and she's amazing, has her own business, but I didn't ever have any of the business background at all. Never a single business class. I've never even had a computer class in my life. That's how old I am. So anyway, so there's a lot of things that I didn't know about business. I just thought, you go to the bank, you beg them for a loan, you say, I'm a, whatever, if I'm a minority or I'm a woman. They used to give loans back then out for women because we were considered a minority for business owners. And then you would borrow the money, and they would tell you the percentage of what you owed them back. And then you'd figure out a way to pay them back, and you would work and work and work and work. And every month you would take a little tiny bit of money, and you would give them a lot of money to pay them back for your build out or your furniture or whatever it is you may have had to have a loan for. And there's also term loans, and there's also other sorts of leases. And if you do cosmetics like I do, of course, there's all these devices. And these devices are hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you certainly don't have that cash sitting in your pocket to just hand over to somebody. So then they'd have a wonderful leasing company who would come charge you an interest rate back then of about 15 to 19% for the device that you had to then figure out how to use and make the money back to pay yourself, but mostly to pay back the loans for these devices. So we'd had these conversations about how all of this money was going out to other people. And she had said, whoa, 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 we got to stop the leakage. And I said, I don't know what that means. I say that a lot because I don't know a lot of other things besides what I do. And so Julianne started to explain to me what stopping the leakage meant. She said, well, there's a way that you can be supporting these loans to your business. And I said, but I am my business. She said, yes, but you can also be your own bank. And so this conversation just started to evolve, and most of the time I was in disbelief because I'd never heard of it before, and my accountant had never heard it before, so we had to educate him. And it suddenly grew and grew that we started doing this, and I took out one little loan. The first loan I took out was to pay back part of the term loan from my original bank for my original build out in 2005, and then I took out another loan for a device. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm taking out these loans, but I'm paying myself back. And so now I've got more money in the bank to then loan myself for other things I need to do. And so that was primarily how we kind of sat down, looked at where all the money was going out, figured out where we could bring the money back in and cycle it through. I'm all about recycling. Ask anybody. I've got not one, but two recycling bins in my kitchen. I'm all about recycling, but if I've got to pay somebody an interest rate on any loan, it might as well be me.